What is going on, everybody? I am out here on a nice little fishing venture. And man, I just got this little revelation, right? Follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Watch, as soon as I'm like in the middle of this video, my pole gonna start biting. And I'm gonna have to put the video down and reel my pole in before I lose it. But follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Do anybody know what that means? Right? Because Jesus, he kind of look at the souls of men out here in this world as like a bunch of fish in the river, a bunch of fish in the sea, a bunch of fish in the pond. And they just need to be caught. Well, you know, they need to be caught, cleaned, and cooked and ready for the master's use. But I just had to wrestle this catfish. And I think y'all forget Jesus died for the Gentiles too. I had to wrestle this catfish, right? And I'm sitting there just trying to reel this sucker in, man. He doing everything in the world not to get caught. He even went up under this log and almost got me tangled up under there, man. Doing everything in the world not to be caught. Finally pulled that fish out of the water. He flipping and flopping around and flipped and flopped around. I got the hook caught all up in 3 different places in his mouth. Man, it took me like almost 15 minutes to get that hook from untangled out of that fish's mouth. And I'm sitting there thinking, every time God put a message on my heart to bring here to this internet, every time God put a message on my heart to give somebody in my personal life, it's like every time I turn around, people flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping. You can't judge me. Nah, you just a hater. Nah, you just jealous. Nah, you think you know everything. Nah, you think you just such a child of God and you just perfect. Nah, you just think you this. Nah, you just think you that, flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping. But guess what? That hook stuck in their mouth. Whole month later, they still ain't forgot what you said. And really, you just trying to warn them, like, you know, I really don't want you facing the judgment of God for that, especially as somebody that say they're a Christian. And for God's sake, don't be a Bible teacher or a pastor and you still need to receive the gospel. Man, like them people be the, bro, like you can't tell them nothing. It's like once you go that far and you still need to receive the gospel, man, good luck catching them. Good luck giving them a message from God. Good luck telling them what the Bible say to do and not to do. Yeah, right? And so like a lot of time I ain't even worried about all that, man. Like I'm worried about these people that want to be caught, right? Like these people that want to find God in their life but don't really know it's him. And you like, man, look, you got all of this in your way right now. All of this in your way. If only you would stop this, if only you would do this, if only you would do that. And that hook in their mouth, they ain't forgot what you said. Next thing you know, they done got pulled out of the water. Situations come around in their life, but they facing the judgment of God in their life. They going through hard times, just to remind them of that message that was given to them. Just to remind them of that one person they had in their life that only meant them good and they gave them nothing but evil. Just to remind them of what they heard last Sunday, a year ago from now, right? Just to bring that up in their mind and they like, oh, you finally got that hook out their mouth. Finally. All that flipping and flopping around. Well, maybe he wasn't right. Well, maybe this ain't what this is. Well, maybe this ain't what this is about. But well, maybe if I just work a little harder at this, then maybe. It's like, stop flipping and flopping around. I got you already, man. Quit flipping and flopping around like I gotta wrestle you or something like that. Hey, look, that's what God got to go through with a lot of people. I was a stiff-necked person. I was stubborn. I was stubborn in my wickedness. I'm going to be just as stubborn in righteousness. I promise you I am. Like once you catch a stubborn fish, oh, man, that's going to be some good eating right there. Hey, some good eating. You know he ain't sick. Like, you know he could be used for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, man, Jesus, look, he rode on a colt that wasn't tamed. And only he tamed that wild colt. Like, wait, this one ain't even broken yet. No, this for the master. Right? All these wild fish, no, they for the master. Get them. Well, you know that's going to be a headache, right? I want them. Like just as much as they're a headache to me, they're going to be a headache to Satan. Bet. All they gotta do is let me get that hook out their mouth. That's all they gotta do. You know, take them home, cook them, clean them, fit for the master's use. That's the way it works. And for crying out loud, I mean, like, you could do this with real fishing, sport fishing or whatever, man, but don't pull the hook out the fish's mouth and then throw him back out there in the water. All that pain they suffer just to receive the message, and you ain't even lead them nowhere, ain't continue discipling them. All this, like, just left them hanging out there with a hurt mouth that just, like, you know, to float through the wild like that, can't eat, can't nothing. It's like, man, I don't know what to do now. Like, and like, then another thing you don't do either is you don't throw your line out there just to keep on reeling it back in right away and then throwing it back out there again and just reel it back on in right away all the time. You can't be patient. Every time you turn around, nobody listening to what you're saying. Ain't nobody trying to hear you. So you know what you keep doing? You keep reeling your line back in, throwing it back out again, but because you keep changing where you stand just to see what people willing to hear. Nah, don't do that either. Stay where you at. Now it's time and place for when you just got to move on, man, and give a whole new message to those who want to hear it, right? You got to go to a whole new spot. You got to say a whole new thing, but don't keep changing where you stand just because people don't want to hear it. Eventually, you're going to catch a fish. Just keep it on out there a little longer. Keep it on out there a little longer.